Andre has a very positive impact on me where when we're in the national setup, we are roommates. If I'm in training and he sees something incorrect, he's gonna tell me, Amal, fix up that need to fix up. So I got a few offers when I was at UE, and I got an offer in Finland, and I went on the trials in Finland and I did well, and they offered me a contract, and for some reason UE just didn't accept it. And I had to come back home.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another exciting episode of Sports Down the Middle. Today in our studio, we have Amal Knight. Yes, Amal Knight, the goalkeeper that keep for the Reggae Boys. Yes, also keep for Harborview, UE, and he's now at Arnett Yard. He's here in our studio at the DTM Bunks to tell us about himself. Yes, give a little insight.
Amal Knight, welcome again, sir.
Thanks for having me tonight, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, everything well?
Yeah, for the most part, I'm doing pretty good. So I have life, so I give God thanks for that all the time, you know?
Yeah, man, definitely. There's a question that we ask all our guests. What are your sports team, the teams that you support in different sports?
So for basketball, it's Celtics. For football, it's Manchester United. Yeah, basically that's it.
Oh, so you're happy with the Varane signing?
Yeah, very pleased.
Sancho.
Very pleased. Kind of confusing though, because you know that Bailly signed a long-term contract last season at the end of the last season. So it's kind of confusing as to what are the plans you have for him, because I really think he's underrated. So, you know, let's see what the Manchester United board and coaches have in store for the coming season and the players ahead.
All right. As an Arsenal fan, I don't want you to do too well, you know?
I don't know how that one going.
All right, but tell us a little about yourself and how you got involved in football.
So I'm a pretty laid-back individual. I started playing football from probably around age 4 or so. I went to Hopefield Preparatory School, and then from there, I went to Mona High for probably 2 years, and then I transferred to Wolmer's Boys, where everything started. I started my football career at Real Mona FC at the under 13 level, where I played. I went up to the under 17 level, and then I transferred to Harborview and played youth football. And then at the time I got a scholarship to go to UE, and that's where I transferred from Harborview in 2013, and went to UE, where I did my thing until I got an overseas contract, and then did my little thing, and now I'm back here in the island.
All right. A lot of persons might want to know why goalkeeper. What attracted you to that position?
You know, funny enough, I was actually a forward. Somebody recently somebody saw me, and he was like, yo, you know, you play every position on the field. You start off a forward, then you go midfield, then you go defense, then you go keeper. And I like say you could play all of them. You do good in all of them. But what made me go to the goalkeeper position was that when I was in prep school, I had a friend of mine where he was a goalkeeper, and I was the only player that was scoring goals and whatever for the team. And then I'm like, I always told my mom that I like how goalkeepers dress and want to try the position. Back in the days, goalkeepers were wearing tall sleeve, and tall pants. And I say them kind of just unique from everybody else on the field, you know, and that caught my eye. And he migrated, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. And that was where I just started. Funny enough, when I was at my preps, when I was at my prep school, I turned the goalkeeper. Then I went on to high school, but for my high school, when I was at Mona at the time, I was playing out, but for real Mona, I was the goalkeeper. So
Yeah.
at the youth level, a coach saw me, Vassy Reynolds. He saw me when I was at Real Mona, and he was like, no man, we have to get this youth into Wilmers. And that's where the process started. And I eventually went to Wilmers, and that's where everything exploded for me, I would say. So big thanks to Vassy Reynolds. Always in dialogue with him, always in contact with him. So, you know.
And the rest, as I say, is history.
Yeah.
You spoke about you playing for UWE. You got that move to the USL. How did that come about?
Funny enough, many persons don't, well, I really don't like to speak about it because it brings back bad memories, but I got a few offers when I was at UWE, and I got an offer in Finland, and I went on the trials in Finland, and I did well, and they offered me a contract, and for some reason, UWE just didn't accept it, and I had to come back home. Funny enough, when that happened, I got like probably I got two more contract offers in the same year. And I went with the San Diego offer. My agent, it was after the Worldcup in 2019 where I played a couple Nation League games, and remember San Diego was a new team coming in 2020. And they were recruiting, and my agent brought forward my name to them, and they started watching me, and they liked me. They asked persons about me, my personality, and I remember I got the call, I think it was in August of 2019, and I saw my agent calling me, and I saw another number on the line also. So when I answered the phone, he was like, hey, Amal, I have Landon Donovan on the line with me. And I was stunned for a minute. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, man, US legend.
And I said, who you have on the line with you? And he was like, Landon Donovan. I'm like, whoa, all right.
Yeah.
And then Landon was like, hey, Amal, I've heard good things about you. I've heard about your personality. I've asked around about you. You seem like a pretty cool guy, and you are people that we look forward to having on the team, and we're gonna offer you the contract. And that was it. They offered me a contract. I signed the contract from probably in September or so, and I didn't tell anyone about it. Only a few persons knew about it. And then the rest is history. I went to San Diego and in the January of 2020.
Unfortunately, you were released from San Diego. How did that affect you? I don't know if you wish to share that.
Okay, so yeah, I got released from San Diego, and it wasn't something. Well, I got loaned out first, which that's the first time I've ever been loaned out in my life. So you know that was a different experience. I was at San Diego. I was training. I was in constant dialogue with Landon. He was asking, how am I doing? How am I adjusting to the new setting? I told him I'm doing pretty well. And for some reason, they loaned me out. Funny enough, I played the first game for San Diego, like a preseason game in their entire history. And I kept a clean sheet. I did well, and it was against the MLS team, Dallas FC. And for some reason, I was there training. I got called into a meeting one day after training, and they were saying that we're going to loan you out. To my surprise, I was really shocked. when I told a couple of the players on the team, they were like, what? How do you mean that they're going to loan you out? I'm like, yeah, that was what the meeting was about. I only told a few of my teammates who I was pretty close with on the team. And they loaned me out. To my surprise, funny enough, they didn't tell my agent about it. They just did everything behind my agent back. I was the one who brought the news to my agent. My agent was furious and saying,
After me.
then why did we bring him in then if you're gonna loan him out? But
Exactly.
there's something that I wish not to speak about because that probably might cost me an next contract. But I just think that I was dealt with unfair, if I'm being completely honest. But that's life. Football is business and life goes on. I went to FC Tucson where I did my thing. I produced some good numbers. So that was really good for me.
Yeah, and we know how rough the football business is at times. It's the same with basketball, you get traded at a drop of a dime, But you're with Arnett
man,
Gardens now, the Junglists, second most successful team in Premier League. What was that like and why you choose Arnett?
So after I was overseas and my agent was looking and he was like, Amal, let me tell you plain and straight. Clubs like you, but international spot. They don't have any international spot. And worst case scenario is we're going to have to go back home. I said, well, if I'm going to go back home, I know where I'm going to go already. I said to him, I'll probably just go to Arne because even if UE was in the league, I would not go to UE. I would not go back to UE. I thank you for everything that they've done for me, but I don't think that I would be pleased and comfortable back in that environment. You get me? And
yeah,
I chose Arnett because Alex Thomas was my coach at Woolman's Boys, along with Lamar Brown, who was the goalkeeper coach at Woolman's Boys. And I remember my last season of Manning Cup, I did exceptionally well. And I was familiar with them, and I decided that I would just continue. I would just go with Arnett because I knew them from Manning Cup, and I remember when I was playing Manning Cup, I did well with them being the coaches. So I said, why not go to Arnett? I made a phone call and they welcomed me, and that was it. I just booked a ticket and said, hey, I'm gonna come in. I haven't played for 8 months, so I need to do some background work. I've been training, but I haven't been doing any goalkeeper stuff or anything like that. So I decided that I'm just gonna come do some background work, and when you guys are ready for me to go in the goal, then I'll be ready. So I made my debut last week Sunday. Unfortunately, we lost, but I was pretty pleased with my performance. And as I said, I've been out for 8 months, so I only can get better with the games and reps under my belt.
Yeah, naturally. You made your debut for the national team in 2018. What was that experience like?
That words can't explain that one. I remember every time someone asks me about it, I tell them when I was going on the field, a few tears fell from my eyes because, you dream of playing football for your country at the highest level, and
really? Tears?
Huh?
Tears? Really?
Yeah, man, I want not like literally ball, but like I want
one tear drop
fall out of my eye, to see that I'm on the international stage, and this is what you dream of this is what you dream of as a young kid. And I was really pleased that I could make my international debut against a team that was even going to the World Cup. Not to mention my first international match, I travel all the way go Europe, go play in the match. You get me? So all those factors, when I soaked it in, I'm like, this is it. You're on the big stage. Be pleased with yourself, be proud of yourself, because many persons probably get the opportunity and battle it, or many persons dream of the opportunity and I got the opportunity and I'm representing my friends and family. So I was really happy that I could play well on the day and represent my country well.
All right, we're at the national team segment now. So sticking with the Reggae Boys, what is Tapper like as a coach?
Tapper is very free flowing, easy to talk to. He might have a demeanor that he looks very serious, but you can go to him, you can reason with him. He's a very cool individual,
Right.
Okay, Amal, yeah. We know that you're friends with Andre Blake. Tell us how much Andre impacted your life as a goalkeeper.
So funny enough, when Andre got drafted for Philly back in 2014, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny enough, you came and told me that they wanted me to replace Andre. I still have the emails up to this day. UConn came to me and said, we would like you to fill the gap for Andre, XYZ, and I'm like, that's an honor, As you know, I took the scholarship to go to UWI, and I remember I played a game for UWI against Harborview where we got 5-0. We got 5-0, and the commentator at the time, he was killing me. Like, every goal that I scored, he said it was my fault, and I'm like, this is crazy,
Yeah.
And the night I saw a long message from Andre. I saw a long message and he was like, lift your head up and all those stuff. And from then, we've been very, very good friends. Like, we talk every day. When we say every day, and if you've listened interviews with me, I'm always talking about him because we have that relationship where we're good on and off the field, Like, we can talk about anything football-wise, life on a whole, we can talk about anything. So he had done tremendously well for the country. He had done tremendously well for club also. And I tried to emulate part of my games from him, There are many goalkeepers in the world and I'm still young, I'm just 27. So I tried to look at goalkeepers when I get the chance and see where I can improve my game as a goalkeeper. Andre has a very positive impact on me where when we're in the national setup, we are roommates. If I'm in training and he sees something incorrect, he's gonna tell me, Amal, fix up that need to fix up. So, stuff like just little details are welcome from Andre. So we're very, very good friends on and off the pitch, and the respect for him is a lot. It's very high. So we're good.
Great.
Good. So Amal, do you think you have what it takes to be the number 2 goalkeeper, or better yet, the number 1 goalkeeper for Jamaica?
Yeah. And I said that proudly and confidently. Like, there are many people who are gonna say he's not good or he's not on Andre's level or quality, but based on the international games that I've played for the country already, you guys can be the judge. I've not put a foot wrong in those games. Probably the only game that I say was really a testy one was versus Ecuador, where a goal scored on me, but 2 goals scored on me, but I think I could have done better on the second one. But I've played international games at a high level. I've played against high level oppositions, and I've done pretty well. So I think once I get into the national team again, and if I'm called upon, I'll do my thing because the coaches know what I can do. And as I said, persons are gonna talk, so you can help that. You're always gonna have persons that say, he's not on the level as Andre, or him good, or so like I'm a soccer player, I'm a professional. I can't listen to the
negativity.
critics. It's either it's negative or positive, and if you want to dwell in the negative, then that's your problem. But I'm not gonna dwell in the negative. I'm a very positive person. So if someone says, hey, I'm not good like Andre, then so be it. That's your opinion. I'm not gonna beat you on your opinion.
Oh, okay, good. All right, we know that in every team you have a jester or a joker, So our local vibes one. Who is the vibes one or the joker in the national team?
I would have to say Haka, Javon Watson.
Oh,
Watson. Whenever he's there, he's the joker in the team. Okay.
So your best teammate on the national team is who? Andre?
Yeah.
You've been talking a lot with Andre. So
like we are roommates. Like every national team, we are roommates. So
Good. So in goal, are you a vocal goalkeeper? Do you talk a lot and tell the players them how to their position on the field? Are you very vocal?
Yeah, very vocal. That Tucson, and I started shouting, and the goalkeeper, the head coach was like, "Amal, it's okay. You can relax a bit. I'm like, thank you, coach. So I'm always vocal. I'm always talking. If you watch the game last week, you could hear me through the TV because I watched back the game. I need to finish watching back the game that I played last week. And I could hear myself through the TV. So that's one of my strong points. To constantly speak to my players, make sure that whoever is in front of me doing the correct thing.
Oh, okay. All right, Amal, what goes through your mind, right, when there's a free kick, or especially when there's a penalty about to kick against you? What are you thinking of? What is running through your mind?
To be honest, I have a good record with penalties. When I'm up against a penalty taker, I think I'm very confident that I can make a save or get close to making a save, So I'm really confident when it comes down to penalties. I can get wrong-footed, but that's all in the game. But free kicks, it's just all about staying still and just making the save. Don't cheat. The last time we cheat, what happened? Ball end up in the back of the net with bins. So from that I learned, from that I've learned. Funny enough, that happened in 2016, and only one free kick score for me from that. So I've learned my lesson with that, So it's all about staying in the correct position. Hey, if it goes over the wall and beat me, then I clap the forward and say, excellent free kick. But if I know it's a free kick where I can go for it and make an excellent save, I'm gonna go for it,
Oh, okay. So Amal, tell me, what is your strength or weakness as a goalkeeper?
My strength is talking. That's one of my strong points. To constantly speak to my teammates. My weakness, I wouldn't say there are many weaknesses, but there's always room for improvement in all aspects of goalkeeping. Whether it be your distribution, your reflex, you parrying a ball outside of the danger area versus inside the danger area. So, there's a lot of things that can be worked on. So I just focus on getting better each day in training. That's my main focus, getting better each day in training.
Okay. All right. Tell me, what do you prefer? A game that you have nothing to do, or a game that you have multiple shots taken at you?
Well, it can go hand in hand, you know, because there's multiple shots coming at you, but you're saving, but at the end of the day, the scoreline is really high. And then you can have a game where you've not done anything and that's just that, you know? But I don't know. Any game that comes in, I play it. I don't really concentrate on if I'm gonna get tested today or not. I'm just going there to do my job. If it's a quiet day for me, then I welcome it, you know. But if it's a day where I have to be making 10 saves for the whole entire match, then I just have to be ready, you know. I don't focus on whether the game is a quiet one or one that has a lot of shots. It doesn't matter to me, as long as I'm doing my job and keeping my team and myself in the game.
Okay. Because, you know, when a quiet game, you know, the goalkeeper tends to get lazy, and then one shot does come, and then, you know. But when you have
those are the games that
coming,
you probably, those are the games you probably don't want to play. But as I said, you have to be mentally ready as a goalkeeper. You have to be strong mentally, and that's one of my strong points. I'm mentally strong, so I don't get down. If it's my mistake, then I hold up my hand and say, hey, that's on me, come again. That's the mentality I have. As a goalkeeper, you can't be weak. And that's where a lot of persons falter, probably a lot of young goalkeepers in Jamaica falter, that if they make a mistake, then that's it for them. You know, well, I'm the opposite. If I make a mistake, I'm ready to go again and just keep playing, because we're all humans, we're gonna make mistakes, and we're not perfect.
Okay. So what has been the highlight in your career so far?
I think the highlight of my career so far is probably me making my international debut and then getting an overseas contract to showcase my talent. That was really a proud moment for me. Those are two moments that I'll always remember. My ultimate aim is to get back overseas as soon as possible, because I know what I'm capable of doing. I've gone there already, and I've seen where I've done stuff that, you know, has warranted me another contract. It's just unfortunate that international spots were taken up and stuff like that. But I think that's the highlight of my career, just making my international debut, going overseas and playing well and showcasing my talent, so other youngsters out of Jamaica can have the opportunity to get out, or even myself to get further.
Right. And you keep mentioning the international spots. I know that clubs have limited space. Could you tell the folks that don't know about that system?
So each club has, I think, 7 international spots. If you are not a US citizen or a Canadian citizen, you're counted as an international player. You know, let's be frank, you know, the goalkeeping situation is different, whereby you have many different clubs in the US where each club have like all 4 goalkeepers on the roster. When you take up an international goalkeeper, and it's not say the goalkeeper not good or nothing like that, it's just that you rather get midfielders and forwards than a goalkeeper who is international. It's just the reality. It's just the reality. Like,
you have to be super talented.
Yeah, because I got offers, and it's just that most of the teams that were well, my agent were talking to, and they were saying that they like me, but they rather use their international spot on a forward or a midfielder. I was in contact with a club, and they were ready to offer me the contract. And when they asked my agent, is he domestic or international? And my agent said international. They just took it off the board. So stuff like that, you know, when you're an international goalkeeper, especially an international goalkeeper, it's really tough. As I said, you're in the US where you can get a goalkeeper from an MLS team or a next USL team where one, you don't have to pay any transfer fee for him because he's already owned by a USL or a MLS club. So you don't have to pay any money for him to come in, and then you don't have to pay his salary. Versus when you're going to bring in an international keeper, you're going to have to pay for his spot and then pay his salary. So a lot of persons don't really know the business side of football like that. You know? They don't tend to study the business part. They only see that a transfer got you and them say, yeah, you know, they don't know a lot of stuff that go behind the scenes that it's really tough sometimes. Just negotiating a deal, you know, it's really tough. So it is what it is, but I have no control over that. I just have to control what I can control.
Yeah, that's true. I know you probably touched on it a bit, but where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
To be honest, I really want to go back overseas because, as I said, I know I saw what I did the other day, and I think I can more than manage. So my aim is to get back overseas, whether it is in the US or Scandinavia, and just showcase my talent. Hopefully, I can be the flag bearer for the national team and stuff like that when it's my time. If not, I just keep playing to just further my career and enjoy the game. That's the most important thing, you know, just enjoying the game. As I said, I was out for 8 months, so I'm just really happy to be back playing. Let's see what the future holds, but hopefully next 5 years see myself still playing. Hopefully at a top level, you know. A lot of things run in my head as to coming back home to play, but you know, if I want to get back overseas and I want to get a national looking again, I'll have to be playing. I wasn't playing, and as you see, that cost me because probably I would have been in the Worldcup squad if I had been playing constantly, you know. I could have been there. I may not have been there, you know. It's the coach's decision. I respect that, but if I was playing, probably I would have had a better chance of making the final 23, you know. So I've just decided to come home and play, you know. I've done well in this league already. I've won the Goalkeeper of the Year in 2016. I won the Tony Barrow's Media Personality Award in 2016 also. So, you know, I've done my thing in the league. It's just to win a trophy now in the league. So hopefully I can help earn it and this young unit that they have, and then see what goes for me from there.
Yeah. We're wrapping up in a few. What advice do you have for young people who want to become footballers or goalkeepers to that?
Firstly, you have to have the mentality that there's no shortcut to success, you know. I've been through a lot football-wise, and I'm still here. And there are many other players who have been in my situation that probably have been through a lot football-wise, which they don't wish to share because I'm not going to share all of my experiences, if you get what I'm saying. But you have to be mentally strong. You can't just get up and just say, more be this big baller. You have to train towards it, you know. You have to train towards what you want. You have to outline your goals that you want to achieve and just have a strong mentality. You hear me mention mentality because that's one of my strongest points. You know, I have a mentality that I don't give up so easy. And failure doesn't course in my vein, you know. I'm hungry, I'm a lion, so failure doesn't course in my vein. I'm eager to learn new stuff I'm always happy for new opportunities. So there are many young players in Jamaica, and I know that you have very good goalkeepers in Jamaica that can do exceptionally well, you know. And you just have to train hard, be committed, be dedicated, disciplined. As I said, there is no shortcut for success. So you have to do all the necessary things. When no one is watching, you go to the gym or you go to the hill, you do some little sprints, you do some 30 minutes of gym work, you know, because at the end of the day, you're not playing, but that's what kept me, you know. At times when I wasn't playing remember, I didn't play since November, and that was in Saudi Arabia. That was the last time I played any type of football, and I was overseas still. Me and my agent, constant dialogue, seeing if we could get a contract, but nothing happened, and I was constantly training, you know, hitting the gym, doing my running to stay fit and sharp for anything that comes up, you know, that I'm not completely behind the 8 ball, that I'm just there where I probably need like 3 weeks to come in, or 2 weeks to get in some good training where I can do my stuff, you know. So as I said, you just have to be disciplined and dedicated, and just work hard, believe in yourself. There are players that have been there and done that before you. So if a man come to you with some knowledge and say, hey, I've been through this situation and I think X, Y, Z, like you hear the advice, you take the advice, you don't just take it and it go through one ears. You take it and you maximize on what was said and you work on what was said, you know? So that's really it.
Yeah, man. Well said, Amal. We're going in on some good news.
Yes,
Today,
well said.
Leon Bailey, you know, Leon Bailey to Aston Villa. What was your first reaction to that news?
I saw it from last week that there were talks about him going to Villa. I'm really happy for him, you know. At least you can see a Jamaican that was born and bred in Jamaica back in the EPL.
Yeah, man.
You know, hopefully he does his thing. I don't know the terms of the deal. I don't know if it was a loan or a sign, like they bought him. I don't know the details of it.
Yeah, man, they bought him. Apparently it's for 30 million.
Okay, so see that's even good, you know. Villa did well last season.
Yeah, they did well.
They have some good signings. They bought Wendia from Norwich.
Yeah.
So you know they have Grealish. Hopefully he doesn't leave to Man City, but you know Leon will do well in that team. As I told someone earlier today, Villa is not too bad. It's a traditional English club. Even though they got relegated a few years ago, you know, they came back and you saw that they were in mid-table last season. So hopefully he can go in and help them because they have a pretty good unit. And who knows, probably when he's playing, another team comes, who knows, probably a Leicester or a Everton come for him, a Man U or Chelsea, you know. So
exactly,
he just has to go to Villa and just and do him thing, you know. We know he's a quality player, so hopefully he can get back on track and just do his stuff.
Yeah, man. Amal Knight, where can the fans find you on social media?
It's A_Knight13 or A_Knight_13. No, I don't remember my handle, but for IG I think it's A_Knight_13.
Yeah.
And for I don't really use Facebook. Facebook is Amal Knight. I don't have a Twitter, so yeah. I'm not really the social media type of person like that. Andre, you see I draw me out of camera on live. I'm not really doing social media.
So like JFF.
Yeah.
We just have to jump in at JFF. But Amal Knight, I want to thank you for joining the Sports DTM studios.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Well, Amal, you know anybody we want to pick up?
Just want to pick up my family and friends that are always supporting me, you know. They've been the backbone for my career. They mean a lot to me. My family means a lot to me, and my friends mean a lot to me. So, you know, my circle is not really big. I have a small circle. I'm really to myself, you know. You won't see me at a party 24/7, and you know. And my main focus is just to get better at my craft and hopefully just expand on my talent. When I'm comfortable with where I'm at, then you'll see me enjoying life more. But for now, it's just to pretty much just get back on track, get my football up again, being happy, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, I just pick up the few fans I have, family members and friends.
Good stuff. Dear Avid sports fans, another interesting interview. This time we had Amal Knight, Reggae Boy Goalkeeper, Arnett Goalkeeper. Tell us what you think in the comment section below. We've brought to you midfielders, Reggae Boys midfielders, defenders, and strikers. Now we had a goalkeeper. So the circle has been completed. Okay, guys? Let us know who you'd like us to interview next. And always remember, like, share, and comment. Be blessed.